बातचीत तो मुलाकात हो रही है और यूक्रेन के राष्ट्रपति व्लादिमीर जेलेंस्की व्हाइट हाउस में अमेरिकी राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप से मुलाकात कर रहे हैं, जिसकी तस्वीरें आप देख पा रहे हैं। उनके साथ कुछ यूरोपीय देशों के नेता भी बैठक में मौजूद हैं और रूस और यूक्रेन के बीच तकरीबन 4 साल से चल रहे युद्ध को समाप्त करने पर चर्चाएं हो रही हैं। सुपर एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीर आप देख पा रहे हैं और ट्रंप ने बहुत बातें कही हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें कही हैं। उन्होंने कहा है कि युद्ध रुकना चाहिए, हालांकि भारत ने पहले ही स्पष्ट किया है कि युद्ध कहीं से भी कोई समाधान नहीं होता। ट्रंप भी कह रहे हैं कि उम्मीद है बैठक से नतीजा जरूर निकलेगा।
We have a thing going on right now in D.C. We went from the most unsafe place anywhere to a place that now people, friends are calling me up, Democrats are calling me up, and they're saying, "Sir, I want to thank you. My wife and I went out to dinner last night for the first time in 4 years, and Washington, D.C. is safe, and you did that in 4 days. I'll tell you, it's safe." I had another friend of mine. He has a son who's a great golfer. He's on tour. And he came in 4th yesterday in the big tournament where Scotty Scheffler made the great shot.
तो ट्रंप ने कहा कि जेलेंस्की और पुतिन युद्ध खत्म करना चाहते हैं। जेलेंस्की ने कहा कि पुतिन से बातचीत के लिए वे तैयार हैं, यानी कि अब जो मूड और मोड है वो युद्ध की समाप्ति की तरफ इशारा कर रहा है। ट्रंप ने कहा कि हम यूक्रेन के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, बातचीत हो रही है और किसी अच्छे निष्कर्ष की तरफ हम बढ़ रहे हैं। शांति को लेकर हम बातचीत कर रहे हैं। ट्रंप ने कहा कि पुतिन अमेरिकी धरती पर आए, पुतिन के लिए आना आसान नहीं था, बावजूद इसके बातचीत हुई, अच्छे माहौल में हुई और सबसे अहम ये कि दोनों ही, खासकर ट्रंप ने कहा कि जो पुतिन हैं और जो जेलेंस्की हैं, दोनों एक मसौदे पर आकर रुके हुए, शांति चाहिए। और देखिए ये वर्ल्ड मीडिया जो है सवाल कर रही है, साथ में बैठे हुए ट्रंप के साथ व्लादिमीर जेलेंस्की और यूरोपीय नेता भी यहां पर मौजूद हैं। तो एक प्रेस ब्रीफ चल रही है, क्या हुआ, क्या बातचीत हुई और रूस यूक्रेन जंग को लेकर दोनों नेताओं में आखिर किस बात को लेकर चर्चा हुई, किस बात पर बात आकर रुकी है और क्या अब ये सब कुछ खत्म होगा जो एक लंबे अरसे से तकरीबन 4 साल से जो युद्ध चल रहा था, क्या इसकी समाप्ति हो जाएगी। तो ट्रंप हर सवाल का यहां पर जवाब देते हुए नजर आ रहे हैं, लेकिन देखना है कि आखिर क्या जो मसौदे तैयार किए गए हैं, जो संभावनाएं जताई जा रही हैं और सबसे अहम इसमें यह है कि जो तार्किक बातें जेलेंस्की की तरफ से या फिर पुतिन की तरफ से रखी गई हैं, क्या उन्हें भी इसमें जगह मिली है। क्योंकि ट्रंप ने साफ कहा है कि हत्याएं हो रही हैं, इसे मैं रोकना चाहता हूं, यह कहीं से भी सही नहीं है। तो ऐसे माहौल में जो बातचीत का रास्ता है वो खुला रहना चाहिए और ये बातें हो रही हैं। तो वार्ता से युद्ध का स्थायी समाधान निकलेगा, ऐसा बिल्कुल लग रहा है। और भारत के प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने भी पुतिन से कुछ ऐसी ही बातें कही। उन्होंने कहा कि बिल्कुल ये जो निर्णायक मोड़ है, इस पे युद्ध की समाप्ति की बात पर भारत इसका समर्थन करता है।
If you look back and you go back long before President Putin, it was always a statement that they would never allow Ukraine into NATO. So that was a statement that was made, but we haven't discussed any of that yet. We're going to be discussing it today, but we will give them very good protection, very good security. That's part of it. And the people that are waiting for us, they are, I think they're very like-minded. They want to help out all.
Thank you, President. Thank you, President Trump.
Are you disappointed there's no ceasefire, President?
The United States has already given hundreds of billions of dollars to this war effort in Ukraine.
Biden.
At best, it is a stalemate and the killing continues. So, President Trump, how much more is the United States willing to give Ukraine? And President Zelensky, how much more do you want?
Well, I'll start off just by saying we're not giving anything now. We're selling weapons. This is something before, I guess the number is well over $300 billion. That was under Joe Biden, a corrupt politician, not a smart man, never was. By the way, go back 40 years, he was not a smart man 40 years ago either, but now he's in particular bad. This was done by a corrupt administration that shouldn't have been in, and frankly, if the right results of the election were given, if I were president, this war would have never taken place, and he would have been very happy because he would have liked to have seen. I mean, they went through hell. He went through hell. this war would have never happened, and the people that were killed, a couple of million people, a lot of people with soldiers and everything else, and the people that have been displaced and forced into other areas and other countries because of what's happened, none of that would have happened. And I'm just saying that he was a horrible president, whether it was the borders or this, he was just a horrible, corrupt president.
तो यहाँ आप ट्रंप को सुन पा रहे हैं, उन्होंने कहा कि अगर लोगों की हत्या रुके तो फिर सीज फायर होना चाहिए। सीज फायर का विकल्प बढ़िया है। अगर लोगों की हत्याएं रुक जाती हैं तो सीज फायर पर उन्होंने कहा कि ये सब सही है।
And etc. We have some programs where we can have some money to finance this, and this is a part, I think, it's not a part for the war and to defend us. It also will be a part for security guarantees, to strengthen our army, to rearm Ukrainian army. This is very, very important, and it depends how much money we need to rearm. For example, the question of air defense, we spoke about it with President Trump, and I'm happy that we have now bilateral decisions and we work on it with production, American production. Nobody in Europe has so many air defense like Patriots, for example. We need it very much, and this is also about defending.
I think the good news, we make the best military equipment in the world by far. You mentioned the Patriots. How good are they?
Systems.
We have systems, they're literally 100% foolproof. And it's really like shooting two bullets, two bullets hitting each other in the air in a space like this. The chance is 100%. It's 99 to 100%. So we sell the equipment to NATO. And NATO does what, I don't know what the arrangement is that you have with, but I know that they want you to have the equipment. And we're getting the best equipment in the world, but they pay us for the equipment. Under Biden, it was just crazy what was going on. I believe the number is over 300. I think it could be $350 billion worth of equipment and money and everything else. And we've made more progress in settling this war in the last 2 months than they made in 4 years. This should have been settled a long time ago, but it should have never happened. Yeah, please.
Real quickly, you pushed out on social media.
Brian, go first.
You pushed out on social media about doing away with mail-in ballots and potentially electronic voting machines. Can you expand on that and how important
Well,
that is?
that's a very off-topic, just really quickly. Mail-in ballots are corrupt. Mail-in ballots, you can never have a real democracy with mail-in ballots. And we, as a Republican Party, are going to do everything possible that we get rid of mail-in ballots. We're going to start with an executive order that's being written right now by the best lawyers in the country to end mail-in ballots because they're corrupt. And you know that we're the only country in the world, I believe, I may be wrong, but just about the only country in the world that uses them because of what's happened. Massive fraud all over the place. The other thing we want change are the machines. For all of the money they spend, it's approximately 10 times more expensive than paper ballots. And paper ballots are very sophisticated with the watermark paper and everything else. We would get secure elections. We'd get much faster results. The machines, I mean, they say we're going to have the results in 2 weeks. With paper ballots, you have the results that night. Most people, but most people, many countries use paper ballots. It's the most secure form. So between paper ballots, very, very important, paper ballots, and I think maybe even more important, the mail-in voting. We're going to end mail-in voting. It's a fraud. If you have mail-in vote, even Jimmy Carter with this commission, they set it up. He said the one thing about mail-in voting, you will never have an honest election if you have mail-in. And it's time that the Republicans get tough and stop it because the Democrats want it. It's the only way they can get elected. Because with men and women's sports and with transgender for everybody and open borders and all of the horrible things, and now the new thing is they love crime. They're fighting me on the fact that I've made Washington, D.C. safe. We're not going to get mugged, beaten up, or killed.